Let me tell you all about the goodness of God, because God is so good. He's so omnipotent. He's mighty. He's majestic. He's all things great. He's King of King, Lord of Lord, Yahweh, Yeshua, Elohim, El Roy. Okay, he's our Abba. He's always looking out for us when we feel like our back is against the world. Okay, period. So let me tell you all my little testimony, my big testimony, not a little testimony, my big testimony. Okay, y'all know, those of you that's been following me, that I've been unemployed since August 2024 when God told me to shut down my business, and I finally listened, finally obeyed, but everything just ran dry for me. All of my resources, all of my finances ran dry. Literally every day I wake up and I'm like, okay, God, what are we doing? So this week I had a panic. I literally tapped into my human self, my flesh, and I started to carry all this weight on my shoulder, basically worrying about how I'm gonna pay my car note, how I'm gonna pay my insurance, all these different things, while God has been doing it for all these months. This month, I'm now starting to carry this weight. I'm thinking about the fact that they're coming to repo my car, all these things. Today is the 18th. My car note was due on the 7th. It's not paid yet, so I'm worried. I started to get calls to go on job interviews or whatever, and I went to these job interviews, but one thing I realized is all the people on the job interviews, they kept saying the same thing, which when I sat back and I took myself out of it, I took my flesh out of it, I said, Spirit, lead me right now. Tell me what you're trying to tell me, or show me what you're trying to show me. I realized that God is saying, I never intended for you to go punch nobody else's clock. That's not what I said. Here we go with the self-sabotage. God has gifted me a long time ago with the things that he wants me to do, but because of the self-sabotage that sits on me, content creation, building platforms, my love for those things, natural. It comes to me natural. When I tell you gifted, I'm not lying. You can go look at my business page. I'll change the name around. It's now called I Am Enisa Lisma. That was my page for my business, Courtney's Foreign Cart, where I was known as Courtney the Shopper. I used to shop for people all over the Caribbean. I basically was a bridge for most business owners so that they don't have to travel here to do the shopping. I did the shopping for them. I did the store restock for them. I did the home restock for them. They never had to come. Matter of fact, there were clients that came. I used to drive them around. Literally, I was making anywhere from $500 minimum a day to about $2,000 a day. I was swimming in money, okay? Money was never an issue. What the issue was that I was a poor steward. So I'm believing now that God was teaching me that I could very well give you things, but you have to learn how to be a good steward, so that when I restore you, you'll understand that your blessings are not for you to pour and waste everywhere. It's not for you to be a poor steward. It's for you to help others. So last night, finally, I listened to God and I launched my brand new business. Is called Enisa & Co. Who is Co? The Holy Spirit. I love when the Holy Spirit leads me. Literally, so my business is me and God. Enisa & Co. All right. So now I'm going to be doing branding, marketing, social media, content creation, bulk creation. Going to be advertising for businesses, helping persons with their personal branding, helping people tell a story on their platform, using my creative lens that I have right here. Even when I trained, well, this is where I realized I was really gifted in this area. When I tell people how to do what I do, I realize that no matter how many times you tell somebody how to do what you do, they can't do it if they're not gifted for it. You could walk around trying to tell somebody and teach someone to do what you do, and the reason why it's not working out for the people that you're training or the people that you're teaching is because God ordained for you to walk in that. God ordained for you to walk in authority with that. God ordained for you to be who you are. And I self-sabotage myself for so long. Self-sabotage, like, yeah, there are content creators that are way better than me, or, I'm not that good, like, or, but this is what God did to me. He replayed the fact that within 3 months, my business that he gave me in 2020, our Facebook page went from 0 to 12,000 likes and followers. Went from that to now 32K followers. I'm not even active on there. Now he showed me my TikTok account. In 2020, I didn't launch it. I think I launched TikTok for my business like in 2021, 2022. I have over 70,000 followers over there. My highest reach video is 2.5 million. Showing me that you naturally have an eye for this. You naturally have a passion that sits on the inside of you to the point where when you're doing it, it don't feel like work. Just like shopping. When I was shopping for people, it never felt like work, because I loved it so much so that I never realized I was just ordained for that. I was just chosen for that. I was called to that, right? So I finally launched a business. It's called Denise & Co. And I'm super excited. I'm super honored to see what God is doing in my life, because just this week I was having a panic. I was just, the flesh side of me was like, girl, like my car note been due from the 7th of this month, and it's now the 18th. It's not paid yet, and insurance is about to be due. And the insurance actually skyrocketed, because when I got this car, I got hit at the back, and the guy didn't have bodily injury, and I had bodily injury, so I had to use my insurance. And when I tell you, when I found out my insurance skyrocketed, I was crying. My insurance is like $750 now. This car is like rent. I'm already homeless as it is, living with my friend. And all of this is just a testimony of God's goodness, God's grace, God, the way that he continuously looks out for me, the way that he continuously makes provisions for me, because I could have very well been on the streets, could have very well been sleeping in my car until they come and take the car from me, right? But God said, no, I have plans, and I'm going to make sure that provisions are made for you. That's why when I find myself tripping or having fleshly moments and I tap out of it, I'm like, girl, what are you crying for? What you crying for? God has been looking at you. God has been looking out for you from the day you were born up until now. My whole life is a testimony. I'll tell stuff in bits and pieces, but if I begin to tell you about the goodness of God in my life, you'll be blown away. You'll be blown away. I literally had to dry my tears before making this video, because I just got my hair done. My account is in a negative, and I ain't had no money. I think I put the last $20 I had in my tank last night, and Dad got to ride me to get my baby to school. And I went to get my hair done. Another provision that God made. My hairstylist is a provision that God made. She does my hair without me having to pay a dime. Every week. Nails as well. Nail tech, hairstylist, provisions from God. So my hairstylist, I'm walking out, she walking out behind me with another client, and she was like, you want Chinese? She bought me food. She bought me food. Not only did she buy me food, I'm walking to my car, she like, Denise, come here. I'm like, what? She like, I gotta be obedient to God. And y'all want to tell me that there's no God. Y'all want to tell me that God don't look out for you. Me who account is in the negative. Me who need gas. Me who need to eat. Me who need X, Y, and Z. Like, tell me there is not a God. Tell me. Okay. Me now walking in authority with who God has called me to be, it's the season for that. It's the season for me to stop self-sabotage. And I'm talking to somebody, because you probably struggle with self-sabotage. You struggle with not knowing your worth. You struggle with other people telling you you're great and you not seeing the greatness that's on the inside of you. But I'm here to tell you, you are great. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm talking to myself too. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are gifted. You are talented. You are ordained for what you know how to do better than others. Yeah, you want to walk in humility and all this stuff, but God created you different. You are set apart. There's something about you that others could never mimic, others could never do. It's only on the inside of you. Get right.